know you're a monster.
Body of the sun dips into the waves. You stand on your toes, but the rocks give away. You pull out my ropes, but the knots never tie. Oh, I showed you love, and I promise I tried. I didn't mean to waste your time. I'll be on my way now. I never thought you wouldn't be mine. I'll be on my way now. I didn't mean to waste your time. I'll be on my way now. I never thought you wouldn't be mine. I'll be on my way.
Alright, we all ready? Who we got here? Who we got? Show me some love in chat. Chevy!
Wipe all the tears away from your face. Tomorrow.
Alright. Let's do it. Naughty! How's it going? Alright, so if y'all are in my Discord server, y'all already saw the what is it? Y'all already saw the disclaimer, and I will show you the game's attempt at a disclaimer. Hopefully it actually shows it. Oh shit, that's really high. I don't know why. There we go. Alright. So it says here, this game is not suitable for children who are easily disturbed. Don't let the happy faces and the artwork. Yeah, there's that sexy voice. But don't let the artwork and a nice face. oh, wait, no, and a face. Okay. Thank you, Chevy. But don't let the happy face number 1 and number 2 fool you, and this little heart and this other little heart fool you. This is a dark, dark game once you get into it. Like, from everything I've been told in this disclaimer at the front, the only other disclaimer that I've ever seen on a horror game was another psychological horror game, which was called Hellblade. If I remember correctly, it had a similar thing on the front, because that was actually, like, the content from Hellblade was actually derived from people that went clinically insane, like seeing and hearing voices. But without further ado, Doki Doki Literature Club. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For warnings, please visit www.ddlc.moe/warning.html. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Holy fuck. Naughty, I thought you saw my face. I might have sent you like pictures of tattoos, but I thought I sent you a picture of my face once. I thought you were one of the few. Like, there are very few people that actually have seen my face. I've only streamed on camera once for one stream, and that had like 2 viewers that weren't. Oh, okay. Well, hi there. I hope this ugly mug isn't putting anybody off. But I have to do it. It's spoopy season. You have to be able to see my reactions. Aw, I do love you. I do. Alright. So everybody here is at least 13 years of age and consents to highly disturbing content, correct? Thank you. Alright. One thing, you're actually giving me a stiffy sexy. Alright. Chevy, I don't like seeing you without a sub badge. If it wants to work. Complete. Yay! Is that still so soft for y'all? I know. But it's for you. It's for you. You don't have to wait on another week. You get your nice new sub badge. You're welcome. So everybody is at least 13 years of age and consents to highly disturbing content, right? I can hit agree. And watch Naughty say, "No, I'm 12." Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Naughty, you're not 12. Alright. Why does this sound suspiciously like the music from Kakariko Village? Alright. Let me turn my volume down a little bit because it is really loud. Paradox, yes you do. You missed my surprise yesterday. Okay, so serious note, Paradox. I know you're a little bit young. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard about this game. It is highly disturbing material. Do not take anything here for granted. So, I mean, it looks really fun and whatnot, but there's a turning point somewhere in the game. I haven't played it, but I've heard a lot of shit about it. Like, it's a good psychological horror game, but that's all it is. It is a psychological horror game. So, one of the reasons I marked my stream as an 18 plus because I wanted to play some games sort of like this, but from what I heard, it's kind of over the top, so I have to give a disclaimer of sorts. Alright, so we're gonna put in not Nexus. Hey! Who's that? Question mark. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air. She's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Okay. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? Yeah. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would have overslept more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I would too. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Remember me in program? Yes. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the sidewalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Sayori? Ooh, she's kind of cute. Huh. I'm guessing she's out of breath. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Okay. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. I'm a dick. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, not Nexus. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, and then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Wait. Yes. Just checking, it's been a while. Oh, okay, y'all are catching up with each other. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't, you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Okay, so are we gonna go the mean route, or do we want to go the nice route? Well, we'll figure it out as we're going. Like my hair? You like all this hair? It's getting long. COVID started it off. It's just they got past that point where it was like just awkwardly poofed out, and the weight of my hair caught up and is straightened out. So I'm glad about that. I'm also letting my beard grow back a bit. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, not Nexus, have you decided to join a club yet? Or on a club to join yet? Jeez. I can't read today, chat. I can't read! A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Really? I don't feel like joining any clubs. I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's saying about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just being on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I feel that. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried. He just said that it was probably one of their conversations where she's overly worried about him, and she just says, I was talking about how I'm worried that she won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important, Meanie, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years. If I remember correctly, a NEET is a shut-in. in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Okay. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Oh, I'm a little nicer than I thought. No promises, though. At least promise me you'll try a little. I could give you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? NEET is actually not an education or training. NEET is not in an education or training. Oh, okay. Not in education, employment, or training. Okay. But if I remember correctly, the society around NEET is basically somebody that's unemployed, shut in, and doesn't want to go outside. If I remember correctly, it still lines up. I know you're completely true. That is the acronym, but I guess seeing her worry about me makes me want to ease her mind a little. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Alright, we're in school now. School day is as ordinary as every day. And it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. It's like me sitting in my car trying to get inside the house. Or go to work. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check into some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Okay. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. It's not very impressive. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you would come to my club. Sorry. Yes? There's no way I'm going to your club. Wow, what a dick. Wait, what? Will you play CSGO on stream? I might. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Bum, pretty much, yep. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. I gotta go bye. Have a good night. Sorry if I wasn't here for long. I got school now, so bed early. Okay, bye. Good night. Thanks for coming around, Paradox. Let's see. There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, I'm a dick. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club, but judging by the title, we cave. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Yay! That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Oh, you and I thought I was a dick. And Natsuki, if I'm botching these names, please yell at me. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Wow. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned this all out. So I let out a loud sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and up the stairs. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, filled with energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Girl 1. Sayori always says nice things about you. Okay, so she definitely planned it. Seriously, you brought a boy? Okay, she didn't tell her. Girl 2. Way to kill the atmosphere. Newbie? Who's a newbie? I'm a newbie? At this game, yes. Ah, not Nexus. What a nice surprise. So she has told her and her, but not her. Like, she's told these two in good detail, but left out the details for the ones making the fucking cupcake. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Except for this one. She's a little short. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Oh, she is the one that made the cupcakes. Wait, what? You, newbie, you, in the club, foursome. I don't think that's what this is gonna lead up to. But we'll find out. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Okay, so I was right. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Well, honestly, when I saw this game, I thought that was gonna... When I saw... Like, I have a friend that recommends, like, stupid games. Like, sometimes we go back and forth. Some of them are actually good games, and some of them are pranks. This one in particular, I've seen, like, artwork of some of the demented shit that goes on in here. And, yeah, I wanted to try it out. So, anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Also, apparently the shyest. Don't say things like that. Yuri appears to be comparably more mature and timid. Seems to have had a hard time with keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Do we? That's right. It's great to see you again, not Nexus. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Okay. Monica was probably the most popular girl in school, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. I would think that too. but it wouldn't stop me from trying. Giggity 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 goo. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Come, sit down. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Oh, it's gonna make me choose, isn't it? Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Okay. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take the seat next to Sayori. Nice, okay, good. It doesn't make me make that choice. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate that were used to make ears. Thought I saw something pop up. Wait. Social distancing, damn it. Yeah, y'all are not spread 6 feet apart. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I have done that so many damn times. I am so, like, me having, like before I cut all of my beard off, my beard was down to here. So finding, like, a spot where I could get at a cupcake without getting it all over my fucking beard was a challenge. Chocolate covered pussycats on the damn table. So you put icing on her face already? Y'all, these are high school kids. Calm down. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Wait. Yeah, the high school kids are the worst. Okay, but I know what I was doing in high school. Yeah. This game is getting better and better. Yeah, it really is. But hang on. He just said that he's heard this line before. The other girl, like his best friend Sayori, she doesn't seem to be that stereotype to say that. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Because every fucking classroom has a tea set, right? That's only because you met me. You keep a whole, like I said, you keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea, help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yeah, you corrupted me in many ways. Let's find out what they're doing. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. Why is she raising an eyebrow, though? Okay, so these types of games, like, I start to pick apart all the... Like, if I ever stop, like, reading, it's not because I'm fucking illiterate. I know how to read, and I can read pretty fucking quick. It's just I'm picking apart the entire conversation. So, what made you consider the literature club? My hands were tied? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monaco that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Probably not. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and the publicity and how to prepare events. You see, this is something that we don't see in high school. I'd much rather take something personal, something I personally enjoy, and make something special out of it. Fair point. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Yeah, you got me there. I wouldn't just stop to go and huddle up with a whole bunch of people reading different books. I mean, I could just sit in my room and read one of the dozens of fucking books and the other dozen fucking mangas I have. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that make that much more important. Okay, so that makes publicity. Okay. I'm confident that we can get all really... Okay, that part I was actually illiterate. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We will do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees, except for me. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, not Nexus? What kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perkins up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. It's a nervous tick. She's doing like this. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Like Dragonlance? The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Fair assessment. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. We might be in the right place for you. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you through a loop? Is it foreshadowing? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. That's actually a good way to describe that feeling. Once you get soaked in a book, like, it does pull you in a completely different world if you're using your imagination. That's one of the reasons I still do read some books. I haven't read many lately because, yeah, shit. Surreal horror is even, wow, I spaced out right there. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sorry, sidles up behind Natsuki, puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer. In search of followers, Prime Views Come on, bigfollows.com, bigfollows.com, bigbands.com. Enjoy your band, prick. Yeah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your own heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. What? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time when we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, me? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. I would too. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Not Nexus. You all. I'm defenseless again. These girls. God damn it. Naughty's winking at me. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Wow. Wow. I was thinking with the wrong brain, bro. I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. I know, right? Not Nexus is a super pushover. All those teenage hormones. Can't say I wouldn't do the same. I mean, high school is high school. Then let's make it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? Let's find out. On the next episode. No, I'm kidding. I really feel like the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Sure. That's right, Sayori and I never walk together anymore. because she's always stayed after school for clubs. I can't blame you. If I was attractive in high school, I've done the same thing. Yeah, I know. Alright. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? The tone of your question makes me think maybe not. But you're thinking with the wrong head, bro. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. So it will make me have some sort of choice. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. So I'm guessing this is where I actually, yep. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. That's odd. You have Sayori, the vice president, but where's the fucking president? Alright. So... Cute, cute, cute. I don't know. Who are we trying to go for? Fuck it. Let's go with Valentine. Okay, so she pops up for that, so it is cute for her. Okay, so family, so strong words are for her, but she's gonna be the more... Like, if I choose tragedy... What? Death. What? Intellectual. Okay. Graveyard. Doki Doki. Sunset. Extreme. Okay, that's the wrong person. This is hard. Zero to 100 in an instant. That's what it's seeming like right now. Like, I don't know what I'm writing or what I'm choosing, but like I'm trying to pick and choose by their like characters. Hers is darker than I thought. Like, she seems like she would be more into the cutie stuff than her. But I chose death first, and she bounced. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought she would because she was into the horror. Alright. Extraordinary. Fuck. Infinite? Okay, that's her. Adventure. God damn it, dude. Unrestrained. Incapable. Okay, I think I'm getting it. Incongruent. Entropy. Disoriented. Contamination. Broken. Fuck! Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. Well, I think I might have impressed her. Well, I don't know. This is still the opening. I haven't read it yet. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Fuck off. Sorry, told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. Wow, I am super slacker. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Whoopsie! Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. He will always give us his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my own room. Wait, you cook your own room? What the fuck? How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? 5 head first. Wait, what? 5 head? I don't know what you're talking about, Naughty. You talking about her? She's tall as fuck, boy. I might be a little... Dive head first. Okay. Splash. I might be a little jealous. How come you and Not Nexus have become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori it seems oblivious to weird situations she just put me into. Uh-oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Oh my god, just give me the fucking thing. Sorry, Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. No, what? You can't just put no. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happier no matter what. Is that so? I don't want to know if I really want to know. Yeah, it won't I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. Okay. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how the girl accidentally... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everything's settled, I expected Monaco to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem like the case. Sayori and Monaco are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book, and it looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. No, not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. No, you did it on purpose. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Good choice. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. It starts to pick up. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What about it? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Morkov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give something away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. This is foreshadowing a lot, I feel like. No, I think she's foreshadowing a lot. I really hope it doesn't go into that kind of a fucking story. Because that would get really dark really quick. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. This is oddly specific. She wants that big D of yours. She might seem like it, but this conversation is oddly fucking specific about something. I'm just rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. I think you're a little naive, bro. The least I can do is listen. Aww, and they say nice guys finish last. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? She seems scared about that. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. So she's not very used to reading with anybody. It's not that she's not used to reading with somebody, she's not used to having a lot of company at all. Is what I'm guessing. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... You're apologizing. You apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... She does apologize way too much, though. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold onto the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay, this is starting to turn into something else. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Sayori slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Okay. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if we can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Oh, yeah, sorry. I think I get a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. Aw, it's young love. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence, so turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side, and she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. And it's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I can see that. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Gasp. Monica scared me. She's the spoopy person. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Fuck, English is hard. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer that I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alrighty then. I make mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I think I wrote something. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's in on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Oh, I remember those. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I remember those too. I can really see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She lies. Who lies? Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, who should I choose first? She wants to get into his shorts. Who should I choose first? Monica, the president, Yuri, the girl I was reading with, Natsuki, the one that made me cupcakes, or Sayori, the one that got me in there? Yuri? Alright. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Wait, what? Well, have to go. Have a great night. Night, night, beautiful people. Bye! Bye, Naughty! Thanks for stopping by! Damn. The neck is starting to hurt. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. No, I was specifically targeting you. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down even more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there were specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Interesting. Hey, can we take a small break? Yeah, I'm actually about to take a small break. This is probably a great place to do it. I'm gonna do a 180-second ad break. How does that sound? I'm gonna step outside, smoke, stretch my neck, and we'll be back. Alright? Alright, we'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Alright. Perfect timing. Sounds like you had something quick to do. God damn, it's fucking hair. Alright. It's one thing about the one thing I hate about keeping my wallet in my back pocket. When I sit on it for too long, my ass starts hurting. It's on my right butt cheek, but god damn. Alright, so far, this is much farther than I got the first time I tried to play this. Like, I really couldn't get into it, but I wasn't also looking at the actual storyline, and I didn't look as far into, like, the actual story. Well, I didn't look as far into, like, what the game was about up until recently, so... Alright, the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Quit bitching about, I had a 15-inch long hair for like 4 or 5 months back. Oh, like I was bitching because it wouldn't get out of my fucking face. And I've had my hair longer, it's just like I'm just now getting it back and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So let's see if I can turn this fucking music down. Alright, so now I can actually hear my thoughts. Okay, return. So when about 6 or 7 years ago, when I first moved down here, from Houston, I had hair down past here, like the front and the back. The back was significantly longer than the front, but like it is now, but it was down to here in the front. So I come to the state and I told the first girl I went to go get a haircut from, don't ever go to sports clips with long hair. They don't fucking listen. The reason I've been sticking with a barber for the longest time, COVID really started off the growth of my hair, but I kept it going because it eventually got out of its awkward state. So I kept on letting it grow. But the bitch that cut my hair first, I told her I wanted a little bit trim so it looked nice. Now, trim means no more than a centimeter off of the tip of the hair. Right? Nope. She grabs the front of my hair like I'm a fucking unicorn and lops off all of it. And all she heard from me was, fuck. She's like, what? What'd I do? I asked her the same question. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right. What did you do? And I look in the mirror, I'm like, you bitch. Long story short, the manager came out. I didn't pay for the haircut, and she no longer works at Sports Clips anymore. Because apparently she did that a lot. And I was just her final victim. I'm like, if you're not willing to listen to your fucking... Has hundreds of complaints around here. Dude, the ones in Houston were fucking great. Like, I went to them religiously. Like, I had no reason to go look for a barber or anything. I went to Sports Clips. I had one girl that did a really damn good job, and everybody else had a really, really, really good reputation for actually fucking listening. But when I tell you to trim a little bit, it does not mean grab me like a fucking unicorn and cut off the horn, forcing me to go short. Jesus Christ. Okay, back to the thing. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, like I just found mine, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. She's smiling a little bit. her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. It's not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example. Trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. God, my fucking contacts are killing me right now. Focus. Focus. There we go. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts on, share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Like I said, my contacts are fucking up right now. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the emperor glows. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Aw. Click outside of the poem area to continue. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, you don't, it's just I'm not used to reading that small of a text. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But you took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Really? I kind of thought it was. I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express themselves, their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. That makes sense. Lingering in her past, last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. It's kind of a bit creepy, but we'll run with it. I haven't even thought about that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, not Nexus. Me too. Alright, who should we do next? And not the giggity kind. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a feller by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, go fuck yourself. Monica. Wow! Wow! Hi, Non-Access. Having a good time so far? Yes, I am. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid fuck, English is hard. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, not Nexus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Good job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Wow. That way, it always counts when I put some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yes, I know. I already talked to her. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, that makes a little more sense. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. That's a lot like me, actually. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. That's exactly what I'm doing with this entire dialogue. Are you trying to tell me something, game? It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring by learning, by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up somewhere... Oh, English is hard. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a style that's the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to. It's not like you to have to worry about impressing them or anything. You honestly don't get teenage boys, or you get them way too much. Something's very off-putting about her. To me, at least. I don't know about anybody. I don't know about any of you, but she's kind of off-putting. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall. That's an interesting title. It couldn't have been me. See that direction? See the direction the speckle protrudes? Blood? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. Wait, no, speckle. Okay, I know what she's talking about. A peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So there's a hole in the wall. She doesn't know how it got there. She wasn't home. But she looks into it. In a split second, her retinas were burned. But not by a bright light, but something deep. Could it be something dark she saw? A hole of infinite choices. It's a lot like the choices I had to make in the poems. I realized now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. She's in a cage. And he on the other side was looking in. Is this a fourth wall break? Okay, so reading this, I'm going to make a suggestion. If you like this kind of like poetry, look up a band called Nightwish. They hide a lot of symbolism and stuff like this in there. Like the song Deep Silent Complete. I bet you if you listen to it a couple hundred times without actually like Googling what he's talking about, you wouldn't derive the answer that I know it is. But I digress. Let's move on. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, even that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What is the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. They're not going to do a fourth wall break, are they? It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. Were you sitting on the toilet or taking a shower? Or rather the shower than the toilet. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. Learn to read, Nexus. Swear to Bob. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand. Go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. She's trying to tell me to go... I think she's trying to tell me to try to even it out and not go for one specific person. Let's go with Sayori. This is a good poem. She automatically read it. So they're trying to push the things along. Is this your... are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Wow, I'm really a secret dick. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. So said the last person, and hers was really fucking interesting for some reason. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Part of this seems like she's talking about him more than she's talking about the sun. Because remember, he goes in and wakes her up. He also goes in and makes her food. He also goes in there and tidies up for her. So, I think she's projecting a lot more about him. Because she has been late to school. She would have been, they specifically said that she would have been late for school if it wasn't for you waking her up. But I digress. I could be reading too far into it. But this is a literature club. You're supposed to read a little bit too far into things, right? Sayori, this is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. I love her. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. That's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hey? That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Well, only last person left. This question is very, very, very redundant. Sorry. Or Natsuki. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of this first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about, huh? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying it again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. That's interesting. No, that's less interesting than the rest. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. Oh, damn, she basically read my mind. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. It really doesn't. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Not really. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I want to take that away from her. I would've. Kind of being a little bitch. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. There was a little more stressful. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. So, yeah, she really is a cocky smartass. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. He said that 3 times in a row. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with that language? Eh? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean that you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? God damn, why are you being such a cunt? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Like, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Not Nexus did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And he liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Music stopped. Oh? I didn't realize that you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, shit. Shit's hitting the fan. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? If it wasn't one of those boobs magically grew a size smaller as soon as not Nexus started showing up, or I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as not Nexus. Okay, God, English is hard. Remember that, chat. English is hard. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Ooh, both of them. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh no. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. I love the music. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. But I'd like the challenge. Help me explain to her that to her, Nexus. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well, I feel a little pressured. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever... I love that how he says, whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Fuck. This... I'm gonna go with Yuri. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri didn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. You're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I was oppressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said that her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that, Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant was only because she can't handle the pressure. Oh. Fuck. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. She doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all of your faces right now. Wow. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares at her own desk. Aww. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as you could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. I'm thankful that you have part of it. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for me. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's about that time for us to leave. How do y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poem will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means that I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yay! Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. Fuck. Where'd you go? Holy shit, testicle too. Man. Hang on, I dropped the battery for my bit. Fuck. Yeah. How the fuck did this bitch fall? Got it. Oh. It's Ghost Nexus. What you talking about? What you talking about, Chevy? I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Lean back a bit. Sorry? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I kinda hate Natsuki, I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone, it makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. All we saw was the chair moving. No one was there. I said that I dropped a battery for my thing. I was trying to find it. It had rolled like all the way under my chair. I don't know how it rolled that far on the carpet. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Alright, so I'm going to try to get them kind of evenly. Vertigo is going to go to Yuri. Fear is going to go to Natsuki. No. Apparently not. Kitty. Yes. Alright. Back to you. Disarray. Kiss. Suicide. Oh. What? That's interesting. Bouncy. Feather. Swimsuit. Rain cloud? Uh-huh. Alright, now I can use Tenacious for her. Strawberry for her. Frightening. It's hard to find one for her because she borders between the two of them. She is like a blend of the two. Judgment. No, fuck. This is gonna go more Yuri's way. Beauty. Joy. Boop. Shiny. Entropy. And Lollipop. It's vape gear for you. It'll run the fuck out of reach real fast. Like, right? Fucking right, dude. Like, it just yeets out of existence for, like, absolutely no reason. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori, she doesn't have any money. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Aha, I knew it. I really did. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So that leaves only the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. Sure. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell him to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Nice way to put it. A little blunt, but fair enough. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. It's really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. That's an odd word to use there. Revolution doesn't fit in here. Retribution. That... Still coming from you, sorry. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us in there. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and then tumbles onto the desk. Ow, what was that? Eh? A cookie? I want a cookie! It's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is this because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. It almost did. I just wanted to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. And it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Man, she could slap me with a fucking cookie right now. I want a cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands around her mouth. I bit my tongue. Okay, so is this supposed to be a horror game? Like, really? You're going through a lot more... Wait. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Wait, where is she? Monika isn't in the classroom. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. I haven't heard anything either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. What's the fourth wall? Just curious. Alright, so if I'm telling a story, and then... Like, you've seen Deadpool, right? If you've seen Deadpool, every single time he looks at the camera and he's like, "Oh, you there watching." That's a fourth wall break. Because the way I was told about it when I was in theater was you have three walls: the back of the stage, the two sides, and then the fourth wall is an invisible wall where the audience is seeing through. Once you break that fourth wall and you start communicating with the audience, that's what they're talking about. Fourth wall break. Fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or something. What were you doing? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica... Metafictional. Physiology working that extensively. Wait, what are you talking about? Like, is that a description of this game? A metafictional psychological horror that extensively breaks the fourth wall. Where'd you find that? Like, I didn't hear anything about them actually breaking the fourth wall, but it seems like they're, like, hinting at it. Monica quizzically glances at me. Wiki? Oh, okay. I haven't looked... Like I said... not really. I kind of still want to get, like, genuine kind of emotions. That's why I went and put the webcam up. I looked at some things to figure out what kind of game this was, because once again my friend, she gave me the idea to play this game, and sometimes I don't trust her because of some of the games that some of the games and anime she threw on me before. But this one's actually seeming quite good. It's really light, but like, I'm really wondering why they wouldn't put so many disclaimers on there. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well. I don't really. She's lying. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. But wait! Study hall is a quiet place. Right? It's a quiet place for everyone to just study, not practice a piano. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't remember there ever being a piano in any one of my school's study hall. I digress. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. Perfect cop-out, by the way. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. Let me move my mouse pad so my cursor can stop jumping. No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has settled down. Sayori seems somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Okay. Hey, Yuri. Eh? Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one that we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's something that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. Yo! What's up, everyday? I'm Salty. What's up, Salty? Sometimes I get a little salty too. I'm chilling. You? Yeah, I'm playing a pretty chill game right now. We're just kind of chilling. It's beginning of the spoopy season, so salty as fuck. Why are you salty as fuck? I'm salty as fuck because I was told that this is a psychological horror game, and it seems more like a dating sim. But yet again, we haven't hit the turning point. Right now is the key word. Alright, the kind of filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches the electric kettle. Play through it. My NFL team lost, and you'll see. Oh, so you've played this game before. Is that how you found me? I don't distinctly remember your name, so forgive me if I'm wrong. No, seen playthrough. Oh, okay. So it does get a little demented. I was told that it gets really demented, but like with the music and everything, like it only hints at, like I can sense a little bit of foreshadowing in some of their poems, but like nothing's really, like things are off-putting for me. Not really disturbing as people have actually stated it. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. It gets bad. Ooh, shit. Chevy, how do you know? Are you just looking shit up? She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way that she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Fine way to put it, very descriptive. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so... Wait, what? What's going on? Oh, it gets to all the bad places you can think of. I just read the whole story because I was curious, but the thing I want to see is what happens with each character, though. No spoilers. Okay, yeah, definitely no spoilers. Because I haven't played through this entire thing yet. I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, just a bit curious. She's a little off-putting for me. Like, she's really kind of off-putting in, like, a very weird way that I've never been able to... Like, I can't describe it because I've never felt it before. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Whoa! Damn! Or do you want me... Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve... Nexus in club activities? God damn, dude! Well, all of them are, so... Well, she's really... Now she's really putting me off right now. That was weird for her. She's usually very fucking reserved and shy and shit. And she just went off on one of the nicer people, the level-headed people in the group. So that's really off-putting for me. Like, I'm with this guy while his mouth is gaped. I wouldn't put it that way. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. I didn't see a lot of judgment in there. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because it's not that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, do you say? Yuri lifts her head. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yep. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Do you like oolong tea? Ah, yes. Anything's fine. Very well. She sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. Wait, I got a bad feeling. I just think... Did you choose Yuri only, or what's happening? Well, at first I did the first poem, mainly focused towards her, and then I chose her first. And there, the second poem was as even as I could make it. So I'm not entirely sure what choices I've made. Like, I did choose her, like, in that little spat between her and, what's her name? Natsuki. I did choose her over Natsuki, and I didn't choose Sayori to come in and help. So, I guess, yes, I've been choosing Yuri over everyone else. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I can watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. I have a request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? How long are you streaming tonight? Holy shit, what time is it? I'll stream for about another hour, because I really want to get to the part where this actually starts becoming spoopy, because, like, this has really got my attention right now. God damn it, it told me it would. I don't know, I've never seen a game like this, and only seen, like, endings for one or two characters. Well, like, this is the beginning part. Like, in the very beginning, when we first joined the club, she was saying that stories for her, like, suck her, and she loses track of time, which I do too, but I didn't think I'd lose an hour and a half. I didn't know I was streaming for 2.5 hours. To be completely honest, it's 11 o'clock. I'll go till 12 because I want to see where this goes. What do you mean you don't want to miss any of it? Do you have to go soon? You mind if we sit on the floor today? Oh, why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I'll give you the hour then, I guess. Yes. Oh, okay. I will be streaming again, this again tomorrow. After that hour. See if we can get through a little bit more. It can't be a very long game. Like, I don't see it being very long. It's only like 250 megabytes and it's free. I can read with my back against the wall. I'll be here. I'm hooked. I know, I'm hooked too. This is oddly, like, intriguing. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. It will fool you. What do you mean? No worries. I have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? Wonder why that is. It's mostly because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that, while reading? Yes! Scared face, covering boobs. Yes. Okay. So that's why we sit on the that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. And I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. I've never had chocolate and tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Stop thinking with your dick, buddy. Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's been less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Holding it with my hand. That's not holding the book. I end up in a position where it's even in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both her hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from her book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well... You were just helping. That's something friends do. Yes, that is definitely something just friends do, right? If that's not the start of a porno. Right? Fuck. What kind of game did I sign myself up for? I'm sorry, Twitch, if this breaks any kind of your rules. But we can't stop now. I mean, not really in this context, but... That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. Okay. I see. The situation has gotten really intense. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell, just by her expression, that even she can't focus now. My heart's pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breath. I raise my arm. Ah. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate, place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Oh my god. That kind of surprised me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Oh man. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Nexus, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. Of course it was. Like, I mean, I wasn't, like, objecting to what I was reading. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Let's go with Yuri again. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Nexus. This might be even better than yesterday. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. Really, I only really write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Maybe because she might not have friends. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an... What? As an ordinary human? As an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. That enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. To do what? The moon increments its phases and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my own emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry, and more frequently becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Wait. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that writing is. Conditioning. I slice the bread. I feed myself again. Hang on. What's up, Momo? Okay, oh crap, I meant Yuri. It's Momo. How's it going, buddy? I'm guessing you've played this as well? Also, welcome to the stream. I think this is the first time I'm meeting you. Pretty chill, just checking out small streamers and stuff. Okay, that's fine. Right now I read this, and I'm wondering, is the raccoon your character? Like, before, she surprised me with hers, because hers seemed really off-putting as well. Monica's was the one that seemingly is hinting at a fourth wall break. Like, I can't tell. But, let's continue. This was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Okay, so if that's closer to her preferred writing style, like, she specifically spoke of conditioning. Like, she kept on bringing out the knife, and that was making the raccoon more excited to see the knife because it knew it was getting bread. At some point, she could take out the knife and start killing the creature, and it might still think it's getting fucking bread out of it up until it's dead. So that's what I'm thinking along those lines. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, because she was genuinely happy throughout the entire process. She found one friend, and yeah. So, yeah, me too. If I take Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. That's why you don't take poems at face fucking value. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. Something that different people can relate to in their own way. You mean like serial killers? I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our own individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writings. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Alright. Let's go with Natsuki. Well, I can admit, it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you putting in some effort. That's good. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of Sayori's poems from yesterday. Huh? You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. You've never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. God damn, you're a little bit of a bitch. That was a little unnecessary. But if it's the way, but think of it this way: if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really badly. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Is she projecting about Yuri? Like, she seems like she's projecting about Yuri. Not necessarily stating it, but, like, the spiders is Yuri's point of view. Like, this is oddly specific. Amy likes spiders. Yuri likes poems. Or complicated words. I mean, am I getting something right here? Anybody that's ever played the game before? She seems like she's really projecting about something. Okay. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message was pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. She's definitely projecting. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Yep, she is definitely projecting. Do you know people like that? Of course of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can't be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. That's not easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'll make fun of you and think less of you. But you two have that in common, though. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what... Okay, so now she's projecting. Again. Dude, I can't figure her out. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Dude, that's you! I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Of course, you like cute things. That we don't give a fuck. Yeah, you're my guilty pleasure. Lol. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. She said that people shouldn't make fun of each other or make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, it's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. She stammered way too much with that. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. Yep. I was right. I was fucking right. But the way you put it, it makes it sound like she learned her lesson. Oh, thanks for the follow, Momo. Let's see, what time is it? We've got about 36 minutes left. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even her writing style is really different. I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. I'm gonna hop off now. For now, I'll be back later. Alright, I'm only gonna be streaming for another 30-something minutes. So, if I'm not on by the time you get back, you could always go through the archive videos and figure out where I left off. It's not too much. I'm gonna try to blow through as much as I can right now. But thanks for the follow, and thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I'm gonna be playing a little bit more of this. Like I said, start of this spooky season, we have to start it out with a psychological horror game that seems like a dating sim. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. That's what Yuri's all about. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Something tells me I might not make it to tomorrow. Let's check out Sayori's. Ooh, I like this one. It has some nice feelings in it, and I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, it must be good. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. I really don't. She's hard to read. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I will try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like a little bit of both. That's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. She's so damn cute. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down, then. You can read my poem now. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a little bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Out comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Giggity, 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 go! I'm kidding. Like exploring a dark cave. Giggity. Discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. Scraping and scraping. That's a darker tone. I blow the dust off of my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. They come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards. Why am I getting chills all over the floor? They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. What the fuck? That 180, like, super fucking quick. Damn. Holy crap. Yeah, that took a really, really weird turn. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. That's dark. I see that. Almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm still thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me to understand my own feelings a bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. What? You're in high school. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sorry, always had a habit of getting obsessed with something and before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Monica. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. This one's good. I feel like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Damn it! I guess so. I can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that. Or when she's talking about literature. And it's like the lights turn on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes inside of that head? It goes on in that head of hers. I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, not of course. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm just kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Just a hunch, bud. Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, why are you coming off as somewhat of a conniving bitch? Like, she's trying to interfere with a relationship here. You want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. Oh, this one will be nice. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Whoa. Okay. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercings. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? What? Okay, I gotta read through this again. Save me. Okay, so at no point... This makes no sense. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. I don't know what that word means. Time for Google to come in clutch. Okay. Hang on. Cacophony. A harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. What? She's comparing colors with noise. My head hurts on that one. Red, green, and blue. So you've got... Wait, hang on. Save me. Load me. Red, green, blue. Noise. Sound. Violent grating waveforms. Waveforms. Noise. Sound. Turntable. Vinyl. Music. Is she talking about the fucking game? No fucking way. Me load meaningless. No. Load me of meaningless poem and an endless. Oh, that doesn't work. Sine, cosine, tangent. That's all math. She doesn't, and she also doesn't do this like indenting here. She doesn't do it anywhere else. So this is play on here. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. That wouldn't work. She's saying this wouldn't work. Sine, cosine, tangent. Bro. She has to be talking about the game itself, like the coding. Because you got RGB, flashing, expanding, piercing, save me, then down here, all the way down here, load me. Those are trig terms, and trig usually comes in handy when you're doing like fucking. Let's see. Trig in game design. Citation. Trigonometry is used extensively in game development in order for the game to function. Trig is used when writing programs for games so that the objects can move. Also used for designing objects and characters and sets. Dude, they're talking about the fucking game. This is a fourth wall break. Holy shit. That's interesting as fuck. It's kind of fucking... like, it sounds like she doesn't want to be here. Dude. What the fuck? This game is interesting. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I know, I never said that. I just kind of... it's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I guess kind of playing with my space on the paper. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Like space on a hard drive? Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It did. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Bullshit. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Hold up. Hold the fuck on. Where is my stream manager? I've also got 16 minutes left. So I've got to keep that in mind. We are 3 hours and 24 minutes into this gameplay. Why? Like, I've seen this right here. Save and load. That's where I got the idea about her poem. But why? Why so late? Holy fuck, something's about to happen. IDK, it's just telling you. No, it's not simply just telling me. It's like, strongly hinting at the fact that something is about to happen. Some shit's about to go down. You never know when you might change your mind. Oh, fuck. Or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this a tip even about writing? Yes, it was a fourth wall break. Your entire poem was a fourth wall break. I exposed you. I was right. What am I even talking about? That's my advice. The fuck? Thanks for... Bruh, I'd never go off on some random fucking... Like, I'd never go up say, hey, Chevy, I got a tip for you. You might want to save your game. Like, right now. We're not playing a game. I don't care. That's my tip for the day. Goodbye. Fuck. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the classroom. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Well, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets as well. We can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. That's really sudden, dude. What the fuck? Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. You're kidding me, Monica. You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Did you really think do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess that I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones that responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. Being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you in here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least that we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly, that's a hard word to say for me, glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Ah, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Odd choice of words. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite them in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has on her mind. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is Fly the Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins writing her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. This is something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Oh, Yuri pops up. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she quickly walks over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri glances at each other. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Why is the eye crimson? Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around the room around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yeet! Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay. I guess I'll go next. Walks cheerfully over to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Saori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Saori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Saori's voice almost makes it a whole new meaning. But maybe this is what Saori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Saori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Saori. We're proud of you. Even I liked it. It's a good sign, I guess. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Saori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. What? In other words, I've seen poems of yours that sort of were that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before him. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let him lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll have to go with what I wrote for today. I'll stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities, more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That leaves you. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki grudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The podium is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme behind to it. It's not Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words, they feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monaco, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monaco. Now he's specifically saying impressing Monaco. Before it was about another girl. At the beginning it was impressing all of the girls. Now it's specific, and then it was specifically about Yuri. Now it's specifically about Monaco. The shifts in this guy's demeanor is really weird. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Heh. Geez, you guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's get going already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot has happened. A lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little more quiet than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... I would still walk home with her. Sorry. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're silly. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it. So, sorry, I've already made up my mind. I can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating about speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for a Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen at that time. Alright, so this is a good place to save it. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here. Yeah, I went 6 minutes past. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely end it here. I gotta go to bed. I'm probably gonna wake up late tomorrow again. But you guys have a wonderful night. This is actually a very interesting game. I don't know why I didn't stick with it. It might have been just the intro or something, but alright. Well, I'm looking forward to actually getting to play a little bit more of this game, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Progasm. Thank you, Chevy. If you're still around, or if you came back, I'm trying to find his name, Momo. If you're still around here, good night. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going to set it in my schedule, so I know he just followed. He's not in my Discord. So I'll try to see if I can whisper him a link to the Discord so I can hang out there. But you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.